Hey everybody, Destroyer here, and today I'm bringing you a bit of a different thing from patch 2.02, Rise of the Witch King. I was digging through GameReplays.org replay files. I came across this game called Evendim Pirate War, which is a custom map. I believe it's made by Lazarus from there, and this guy right here. And it's a 2v2, all Mordor, and only allowed to use Corsairs and boats and Mouth of Sauron, I think, and catapults and battering rams or something like that. So it's basically you only use the pirate units. Obviously, Mouth of Sauron isn't a pirate, but you get a hero. So, and yeah, so you have a team there, and then you have a team here and a team here. So it's a 2v2. There are going to be some boats involved, I'd imagine. There's tons of white layers in the middle with signal fire. But yeah, should be interesting. I thought this might be a fun game to cast. Who knows? So, we'll take a look. I haven't watched it yet. We have Lazarus is Mordor over here, and his partner is Mordor, who is Mikko. And the opposing team, as you might imagine, is Mordor. MattysMirk, Mordor. Don't know what I'm saying. And Jojo is the last player, is Mordor as well. So, we're going to have a lot of Easterlings, a lot of Corsairs here. Corsairs, obviously, you get from a level 2 Trojan Palace, so the players are definitely going to want to be going for that. I don't know what to expect from this game, if I'm honest. I just thought it sounded like an interesting concept, and it's not a map like that's generally played because it's a custom map, so someone made it. Some of those are pretty cool, though. There's some really cool custom maps out there. And I really recommend you guys go check out some of them if you haven't seen any. I really like Pelennor Fields by Lazarus as well. Lazarus is just a really good map maker, in my opinion. And there you go. He has some Corsairs coming. Nice. This is his partner yet? No, not quite. He is getting his Roger Palace there. And they have one as well. Just now leveling it up. Let's zoom in a little bit. There we go. And Corsairs coming out from him as well. Not a whole lot is going to go on in the first little bit, I'd imagine. Looks like we got war chants all across the board, except for Mikko, who actually went with Tan Land. Interesting. Just to mix it up, I guess. And there we go. We got our first Corsairs on the field here. Obviously, going to go straight for the outpost to try and get some resources off that. And controlling that for as long as possible is always ideal. Try not to tell you that. And the other team doing the same. And as you see, these scummy Corsairs in action. Taking their thing. Mohawks and everything. All trained in the art of double blades. And I wonder if they're actually going to use boats. I mean, it said in the description there was boats, like, allowed. I don't know if they'll actually use them. That'd be interesting. I guess it wouldn't be a pirate war without some pirate ships, right? So I guess that'll remain to be seen. I'll fast forward just a teeny bit. Just so something actually gets over to something else. There we go. Looks like some Corsairs being chased off by some Corsairs. But some Corsairs have war chant on them. Jojo's Corsairs. So the red Corsairs from Lazarus will have to run, as he is at a disadvantage. Although he does have numbers now. So potentially he might want to take them on. Numbers advantage always helps. And Jojo is a bit far away from his base to reinforce these guys, but they will begin cutting down the red ones quite nicely there. But they will be swarmed and overwhelmed. And we do have a pirate ship, actually. Lazarus making a, what are these called? Corsair Black Ship. Cool. So we will have some boat action in this map. Looks like Lazarus has this shipyard as well. His partner... What is his partner's name again? Mikko. Mikko does not have one yet. And if you haven't like noticed by now, this isn't a pro game or anything. This is just a for fun game, I'd imagine. Although Lazarus is probably a pretty good player, I'd imagine. And the rest of these guys as well. I don't know who they are, but I know who MattysMirk is. He's actually pretty good. Ooh, we got some blue Corsair ships here. Looks like some went up in a blaze of glory. maybe to a storm ship. Storm ships are pretty interesting. Oh, we got some red versus blue here. Does he have upgrades? He has armor and upgrades on his. Lazarus has no upgrades on his pirate ships. His pirate ships will be significantly weaker and be taken down pretty easily there. Doesn't even look like any of these really took any damage. So I guess you definitely want to upgrade your ships or you're going to have a trouble there. And it's not every day in Lord of the Rings you actually get to, or Battle for Middle-earth at least, you get to see a ship battle. Am I right? No one uses ships. They're either taboo or frowned upon, or hated, or useless. So, I mean, this is kind of cool. You never actually get to see a naval battle from actual players in most games. So that's something I think is pretty neat. I do wish the naval aspect of this game was a little better done, but it works. I just think it could be refined a little bit. A few tweaks here and there. Like, you can't demolish your own ships, so you get stuck with these Corsairs on the ocean if you decide to stop using ocean things, which is kind of annoying. And the Mouth of Sauron is supposed to be like the quartermaster of the army. That's why you can build a Mouth of Sauron. Ooh, looks like we have a bombardment ship. Those are pretty dangerous. You do have to be careful of those and take those out pretty quick. Looks like there is an encroaching army, though, of blue Corsair ships here from Jojo. Actually, he's not blue, he's black, isn't he? Blue is MattysMirk. And it looks like Mikko is taking out some of MattysMirk's slaughterhouses there. Also capturing... oh, no, this is Mikko's. Yeah, Mikko's capturing this. A shipyard. I'm trying to remember what the damn name is. See, I don't even use these so often that I don't even see them. I don't even know what to call them. And we just got arrows flying everywhere over here. Ships being sunk all around. It's kind of hard to tell whose ship is who. Like when they're all on fire like this. They all look very similar. I can tell these are orange though because the sails are slightly orange. These are slightly black. So I guess that makes sense. But still. Very similar looking indeed. And it looks like we have an army led by the Mouth of Sauron up here. We'll be attacking Lazarus's buildings. Getting pretty close to his base there. Could be in a bit of trouble. Who owns the sea right now? Well, we have some orange ships there from Mikko. We have some blue ships, MattysMirk. Does Black have any ships? Oh yes. Oh yes, Black has ships. And Lazarus has a few ships as well, but not many. There's still an enemy ship in the harbor. It needs to be sunk immediately. And there it goes. God, my words are just not forming correctly today. But he will be knocking down this layer, gathering gold there. Could pick up. Alright, let's take a look at powers real quick. Oh, we go over here maybe, I guess. Alright, Lazarus has War Chant and Eye of Sauron. MattysMirk the Mordor in the bottom left, the blue player, has War Chant and 7 power points. Jojo, his partner, the black Mordor, has 10 power points and War Chant. Could possibly get something he wants to use. Sounds like he has a bunch of boats popping up. We have Barricade and Obtain the Land being bought by Mikko. So that's the power so far. What level is this Mouth? Ooh, he's a bit wounded, but he's level 5. So he does have Doubt. Doubt is quite useful. Ooh, I'm not sure he wanted to run back in there. Possibly that was an accident, as he ran back in by himself. It happens. And he will manage to get away, though. His Mouth of Sauron is pretty quick. And we do have a naval engagement here. Mikko versus Matty. And it looks like Mikko has better army, I think. He has more ships. And they do have the upgrades. Matty's does not have any upgrades yet. So his will go down quite nicely to the barrage of arrows from them. And his army is also making a little bit of ground, pushing forward here. And he does have a barricade expansion to actually help secure the area a little bit. Oh, we got some Corsair firebombs being used. Pretty devastating. And Lazarus will begin pushing past Jojo here. Possibly going to get down to his base. And he could be in a bit of trouble. There's a lot of ships here. And they will knock down the harbor. Looks like they're going to attempt to sink these ships as well. I think these are black ships. Their sails are black, so I'm assuming they are Jojo's ships. Let's just double check. Those are Mikko's ships. And that's what I'm talking about. They look similar. This is orange. No, that's black. This is Mikko, right? Yeah. I guess you can't really tell with the boats very well. But these are Jojo's ships, and this is the black team. You can't really see on the mini-map either. Anyway. Level 4 Mouth of Sauron for Mikko here. The orange player. There's a blue Mouth of Sauron as well. What level is he? Level 3. Interesting. Alright. It looks like Lazarus is trying to push forward through Jojo's army. And doing a pretty good job of it. Jojo doesn't have much in the way of defenders here. Although Jojo does bring a catapult to the fight, which is allowed. Because he can use catapults, he can use Corsairs, he can use battering rams. Obviously you can use siege weapons, you can use Corsairs, and you can use Mouth of Sauron and boats. I believe that's all you can use. Oh, this builder's going to be in a bit of trouble here. Where exactly was he coming back from? I'm not sure where that builder came from. But interesting nonetheless. This would actually be a pretty good 2v2 map even if you took the boats out of it, I think. Just kind of ignored the boats, don't use those. Or maybe took them out of the... I don't see a reason to take them out. But yeah, I think it'd be cool. It's a pretty big map though, so who knows. And lots of ships going to the bottom of Davy Jones' locker. Although I don't know if Davy Jones is relevant in this, this fantasy world. As he is like from our world or whatever. Not Lord of the Rings, not Middle-earth. You gotta like the water texture though. It still looks nice after all these years. With that sun glare. Looks real good. And lots of destruction happening everywhere, really. I wonder who's gonna get killed first, though. Now that they're bringing siege weapons into the fight, things could turn deadly real fast. Corsairs are pretty deadly in themselves, as are boats, if used correctly. Looks like Lazarus is trying to get a navy together. Is that a transport? He might try to transport some guys over. That'd be interesting. Possibly go over here, maybe take that. It does look like Lazarus is going to attempt an attack. Although there is catapult support. Nicely backing up his army before that fireball hits him, though. And it looks like Lazarus will retreat for now. Oh, catapult just coming out and immediately getting destroyed by Maddie's Mouth of Sauron there. And the other Mouth of Sauron, the orange one, I forgot the player's name. Mikko. Mikko is attempting to defend this siege works here. I don't think he's going to manage to actually save it, though. Mouth of Sauron and Mouth of Sauron is going to take a little bit to kill him. That's just doubt. That's not going to actually kill them. It's going to slow them down. They will actually take it. Alright, Mouth of Sauron will actually get away as well. Does he have Evil Eye? No. If he had Evil Eye, he'd be able to take out that Mouth of Sauron, undoubtedly. Fortunately for him, he does not. And this catapult is all by itself, besides his Mouth of Sauron. And that will be killed pretty quickly. It looks like we have a fight here. Lazarus against Jojo. There's so much fire in orange, it's hard to say who's winning. Although we do have catapult support still from Jojo. And that will make all the difference. It seems like Lazarus is being forced to retreat. Looks like every little thing is in rubble here, all along the coast. Lots and lots of rubble. They don't want any outposts or harbors standing. When there's a pirate war, pirate civil war, no one wins. Actually, there's a little barricade expansion here to defend this harbor. Pretty good play there. As you don't want to stand there and capture it while you're getting shot. It's definitely not ideal. Although the ships will be able to deal with that. If not slowly, but surely. And Mikko will lose that barricade there. And Jojo will begin pushing forward a little bit. Although he will need more troops if he wants to break Lazarus, that's for sure. Lazarus, is he getting catapults? He is getting catapults of his own. He does with the Forged Blades. I think they all have Forged Blades at this point. It'd be silly not to get the Forged Blades upgrades on your guys. Well, maybe some of them don't. Looks like Melthasar's running away a little bit. Doesn't want to die. Can't blame him for that. Catapults can actually shoot boats as well, which is nice. So catapult support is pretty key, as well as on water and ground. And it looks like the blue army is taking that out quite nicely with the help of the black ships. No, those are blue as well. Just once they get damaged, they don't look blue anymore, do they? That looks clearly blue. This does not. So the damage model just kind of goes black, I guess. It's weird. And I think they belong to the black player all of a sudden. Whatever. That could be a texture thing. Texture bug I'm having with my HD texture pack. For the basic Battlefield Miller 2 units. It kind of bugs colors sometimes. I've noticed. But it's still worth it because I think the units look nicer when you zoom in. Because they do render at higher textures. And it looks like Mikko is coming down with some Corsairs and his Malthasaron. Matty's Malthasaron's very weak right now. He needs to get out of there. Corsairs and catapults in tow. Does have a small navy, but being chased off by this bigger navy. And he will lose a few ships here and there. Possibly lose his harbor to this amount of ships. There's what, 4? 4 against 3 ships, and these 2 aren't upgraded. And that means Mikko definitely has the advantage here. And I wonder who's actually going to get like to the proper base and actually start destroying structures first. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I'm not looking to watch an hour-long game, but I do want to watch the game nonetheless. Down goes the slaughterhouse there. We've got a big battle over here. Corpses being thrown. That causes fear into some units. Looks like Lazarus just has a lot of Corsairs here. Chasing down this Malthasaron. He has a catapult as well, which is the one firing corpses. But he's also losing a lot of men. Let's take a look at powers real quick. I completely skipped by Lazarus's powers. He has Industry, War Chant, Eye of Sauron, and 4 power points. And he can hold 700 troops. That's pretty good. MattysMirk, the bottom left, can only hold 600 troops. He has Industry as well. Sounds like a Malthasaron just went down there again. And he has War Chant in land. His partner Jojo, to the right of this, has those 4 powers. He has Arrow Volley, which is good. And then we have Barricade, Industry. It's very similar, as you might imagine. What in the hell just happened? The Fortress Gorgoroth Spire decimating the Orange Army there. Saving his partner in trouble here. That was a good call on the Gorgoroth Spire. Although he may need it himself, and he may find himself at a disadvantage when being attacked, as he won't have that to defend himself. And it does take a bit to cool down. Hopefully he'll have a defending army by the time Lazarus gets there. But that will remain to be seen. And it looks like Jojo will actually lose his forward base here. Which is unfortunate because there's 2 upgraded Rajan palaces here. As well as some slaughterhouses. It's not a small loss, and it does look like Lazarus is pushed all the way across here, destroying everything in his path. So Lazarus definitely getting the better of the right side of the map. And pushing forward very close to Jojo's base. And I think the bottom left team is gonna be in a very large amount of trouble. And very quickly. As the top team has been very aggressive and making a lot of ground, taking a lot of land. And if this was North versus South in the American Civil War, then the North would still win in this situation. Or really any place that has a North versus South Civil War. It's the only one I could think of. I guess North-South Korea? I don't know if that was considered a civil war. It's more of a war, but whatever the case. Lazarus still has a lot of Corsairs. A lot of them in base as well. If you can get them down there, he'll have tons and tons of guys to deal with. And I'm not sure that Jojo can actually deal with it. He does have a couple catapult expansions, which will prove quite useful. But other than that, I don't know. Don't know if things are going to happen very nicely for him. And the sea also being dominated by the orange player. Mikko. I've forgotten his name about 7 times now. I apologize if you're watching Mikko. My god. Alright. Looks like Lazarus is making a little progress in the bottom. The top. Seems blue is actually making a little bit of progress. Well, actually, I'd say orange will probably win this engagement. Catapult firing for the catapult. Both players using their Mouth of Saurons to good effect, not actually just running them in there. Using them for doubt and etc. And Lazarus definitely winning the bottom battle. He just has an overwhelming amount of men. And he has more that aren't even in the battle yet. And it looks like Jojo's Mouth of Sauron retreating. Catapult shot missing just barely. We have 3 catapults down here from Lazarus though. If he can get rid of the siege works, I think that's going to be game over. Because Jojo won't have a chance to come back without the catapults. You need that AoE damage to kill these unarmored pirates. Otherwise you're just going to be swarmed. Also, if he loses Harajan Palaces, it'll be just as bad. Yeah, look at Lazarus' amount of power command points. He has 1,032 out of 1,075 command points. And the person he's fighting, Jojo, has 237 out of 825. So not a chance in hell will he be able to stop that amount of troops with the amount of troops he has. Lazarus doing a good job of macroing, keeping guys coming, keeping the pressure on. And MattysMirk is doing a good job defending off Mikko though. Mikko's builder is running right through the middle of the army. And he gets sacked immediately. That's unfortunate. Civilians were killed in the making of this battle. Sad day indeed. But that is war. War never changes. I'm going to quote Fallout, might as well do it, you know? Alright, so Lazarus is building up, getting ready. Hopefully he doesn't wait too long because the Gorgoth Spire will be recharged, and that will be pretty devastating for him. Especially if he doesn't split up his army. And there's more or less just a stalemate going over here. Power-wise, MattysMirk doesn't have too much in the way of anything amazing to use against his opponents. And the other guy actually just used, Mikko, just used Barrage, which he has. Sounds like he's pulling a couple boats there as well. So the domination of the sea continues. Red and orange continuing to just completely obliterate the ocean. And that's why they have so many command points. Not just because they have a huge army, which Lazarus does, but he also has a lot of stuff spent on boats. And he also has this. Hitting the fortress from the ocean with the bombardment ship. Good call there. As long as he can control the sea, there is no chance for Jojo to actually counter this. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but over time it will whittle it down. And then Jojo will lose his fortress eventually. And nobody named Jojo wants that to happen, I'm sure. Or I guess his partner, Matty, doesn't want that either. I definitely wouldn't, because once your partner dies, you're basically dead. That's basically how 2v2 works. There's just so many Corsair ships on the ocean. The top team has complete control. And as you see, they can't even rebuild their place to build boats yet. So it just gets immediately taken out. He's getting shot by catapults, but you can dodge those as well. So it's going to be a while before he manages to get rid of all them. If any. Doesn't look like he does a ton of damage either. Bombardment ship actually starting to target the catapults now. Is he going in? Is he building a fortress? Lazarus is throwing up a fortress in defiance of Jojo right in front of his base. That'd be kind of funny. See that actually happen. If it actually gets erected there. And Mikko is actually making progress here as well. It's just the catapults are just so devastating. And here we go. Lazarus, this huge Corsair army, ready to take Evendim by force. They will be the victors in this combat, I'm sure. I think it'd be pretty hard for Lazarus to lose at this stage, but he does have the Gorgor Spire recharged. So as soon as that attack comes, things are going to get nasty real fast. But I gotta say, Matty's been doing a good job against Mikko. He's been holding off nicely. They've just been like having little skirmishes in the middle. Mikko obviously has the advantage though, because Mikko has the land from all the way from here down to here, which is way more than Matty has. Matty has from here to here. So both teams being cut off of almost 75% of the map, maybe. A little less than that. But they have a very small chunk. They basically have a quarter of the map. That's where the other team has the other 75%. Oh, this would be a deadly spot for Gorgor Spire. Yeah, he's thinking what I was thinking. I want to see this happen. Oh, and Lazarus' army is obliterated. That sucks. Somebody cast Darkness. Looks like it was Lazarus. So his remaining Corsairs will begin destroying stuff. And it looks like Jojo has been defeated. He has given up, thrown in the towel. And you can't blame him for that, as Lazarus did have a fortress building, pretty much built right in front of his base. And Matty will be overwhelmed here by the two opponents. It's only a matter of time, because 2-on-1, he was already having enough troubles 1-on-1. He was making ground, but once you lose your partner, you lose the game. So it's unfortunate. But yeah, this is a pretty fun game. Lots of Mordor, that's for sure. It's not the most diverse game in the world, but it wasn't supposed to be. It's just supposed to be a more fun game. Looks like Matty demolishes his fortress. And the rest of his buildings, there we go, has been defeated. And the top team, Lazarus and Mikko, have been victorious. And they have won the Pirate War. So, well played to those players. And I hope you guys get some enjoyment out of that. I thought it was pretty funny. Pretty fun. And I will see you in the next cast of the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.02. See you next time.